How's it going, guys? Today I'm in Macleods Creek, which is, there's a few Macleods, but this one is the east of Tenterfield, we'll say. Now, this is an interesting one. Tried to do this a couple of years ago, back when I wasn't, well, I was keen and I was off track and I got to the top of it, but I couldn't quite find a way down, and it's a bit steep, and I'd already had a run in with the farmer. He kind of questioned me back and forth, but this is actually state forest, so you just, you know, let me alone. I've decided to come back and try and reclimb, find a way down. I figured there has to be a way. So I'm on this spur. I'm starting a little bit differently to how I did last time. I parked right at the creek last time. This time a little bit up the road, and the spur creek is on my right. We're going to try and go around the waterfall first, then find a way down. So luckily this spur might lead us that direction. It's a bit dewy, which is lovely. I went up the road as well to have a look. He's now got a gate. I don't remember that being there last time, but that's fine because it's not his property. But it just makes it sus for the car, because he'll just be thinking, who's parked there again? So I've got a different car than last time. And yeah, it's just, they're just paranoid people out here. And I get it, but like, yeah, it's frustrating when I'm just trying to do my thing. Anyway, so hopefully I don't have any dramas today. See, last time I tried to go to Rhodes Falls as well. Walked all the way along the creek and ended up behind his property, and then realised he was going to probably see me. And because I'd already talked to him, it was a bit sus. But re-look at the map, it is actually state forest along the creek on the opposite side. So I do have a right to be there. I should have just done it when I was there. So another fucking mistake. So both of them got skewed up. Anyway, pushing down the creek here. These bellbirds are beautiful. It's autumn right now, right before Easter. Well, it's definitely been logged in. Look at the size of this stump. This is remarkably huge. That is so sad. Wow. I don't know if you can really fathom the size of that, but that is a big tree. That's a gimpy, yeah, I'm surprised. I've never really noticed it last time I was here. Alright, so because I've come a bit wider, a bit differently, I've now crossed this trib here. There's a faint track going over it, so that's pretty good. We'll take that straight across. It's fun, right, for a trib. It sounds like there could have been a little cascade upstream, but I'm not showing much on the lines at all. Even this MacLeods and Rhodes Falls aren't massive with lines. They've just been discovered with the Loggin Era, and that's why they've got names here. Okay, we're going to push over, we'll hit Macleods Creek, and hopefully have a bit more tenacity to get down today. Alright, well, this overland way is becoming to be a shit house. But I'm up on the side, I need to get around the fall, so this is what I was thinking anyway, but I can hear the creek. We're going to have to push back down a little bit lower, I think, and then we'll just try and work our way around. The idea of not doing the creek like I did last time was just so I parked further away from his gate, because there is a forest track where people do go quite commonly into the right. So I was trying to get closer to that just so it raises less suspicion, because like I said, he's already a very paranoid person, because yeah, I can't go knock on his door because he's got a huge gate and I can't get anywhere near the house, but he's not going to know the car, and I just know that last time he was like full come down like Detective Caruso on me. So yeah, these little leeches, these little fuckers. Anyway, I'm going to just push our way back through this shit. We'll probably go back out by the creek at this stage, I think, once we do get around the waterfall or whatever, but yeah. There's two holes here, and they're big. I'd say pig holes, but they're fucking super deep. And I think it's too wet for wombats. I don't know what the fuck has been digging down that far. Well, this has been a lot more gimpy. There's some thick vine parts and some okay parts. This would class as an okay part right now. Just pushing our way down to the creek. So yeah, overall this route is good and bad. If it was like this the whole way, I'd rate it better, but it definitely has some really crap parts. There's logging stumps all through here, so they've definitely just decimated the side of this hill. So this gimpy here is blocking my way. I want to go down that little gully. Anyway, we'll just try to push to the creek, see if we figure out. I should maybe scale the side. This is not a big waterfall, so yeah, I don't know why I didn't try harder back then, but the good thing is I'm filming it now. I didn't film it back then, so just a good video out of it. I've seen no one do this, so shout out if you have done it, but I haven't seen any photos of this waterfall. I don't know how I just found a fucking barbed wire fence here. It's supposed to be forestry, but I guess someone owns the other side maybe. Better off just staying on the creek. Oh well. There's gonna be the top of our falls. So we have two options what side to go down. I might try and push over this spur on the right, then go in. It's definitely a higher drop than I remember. And this right side's much clearer, so I should have definitely come this way. I almost was going to come over this knoll. So this is definitely going to be my way back. And I'll cut back to the creek and then have to creek pop past him again. So I can see why originally I don't think I can get down, because that side looks pretty horrendous with the vines. So yeah, if we push over this knoll far enough, it should pop us down nicely. I'm not sure if I had a good map back then. I might have just had fucking, I have no idea what I might have had. I might have just had Google or something, seriously. I may have all trails offline or something, and this is not on all trails, so you need a good topographic map. I didn't have Gaia then, so I couldn't be able to probably figure out how to get over this and get down. Oh, fuck. Just fucking walk straight into that. Fucking don't expect it out of nothing. Can't. Twice. I mean, 3 times I got stabbed now. Over we go. Alright. I stung my gimpy. Look at that, welted up straight away. 4 of them. 5. Fucking hell. I mean, just scaling around the side of this hill, it is definitely a steep drop off. Very dodgy little faint trails. I don't know if it's animals. And we've got a gully here that might push us down nicely. It's a bit of a spur to the left. Could go wider, which was what I was originally going to do. I think this should work for me. We've got enough grass trees and shit to hold on to here. So let's try. If not, we can push into that gully. A little bit of a side profile, but this is going to work well. Definitely that cliff on the other side was not happening. I'm glad I definitely got this side looking pretty good. So originally I had another idea, was to creek hop all the way around this to get into the base at a nice flat level. The problem is his gate's there now, and I don't know if it was there last time anyway, but yeah, I didn't know if he owned it. I thought it was State Forest, so you could keep driving through. This creek crosses the road down further. You could just jump in at the crossing, walk back up this way, instead of downstream of the crossing going upstream, so that way we don't have to be under none of this. But okay, still a bit steep. Just gonna push right. I did it, found a way. Fuck yes. Found myself here. Let's get up and get to these falls. They're gonna be about 1.5 k's return through the bush and that, but there's a mission to get down here. Fuck, this is quite fucking big, eh? Really bigger than what it looked like from the top. It's fucking sick. Wow. This is really impressive. Holy shit, eh? I hope Rhodes is going to be as good. There's two little cascades here, really full of water. And we've actually got a problem here because that fucking boulder has rolled down and it's blocking the easy way to get around the edge of the creek without jumping in the cold water. And I don't think I can get up and jump on that because I'll slip. And that whole side there is that steep fucking ravine. So the only way to get in here, I'm going to have to go back a little bit here, cross over, go fucking way up high, scale along there, and then I can jump back in again. What a fuck around. What a cunt to get around that, seriously. It was so steep and rugged just to get around that friggin' one section. Alright, we're almost there. I got her. Fucking got her, people. Taking 3 years to come back, but hey, we're here. I'll get over there. The spray's going to wet me a bit, but I'll try and get a more frontal photo of it. So yeah, looking up for ways out. Cliff, not fucking good. It does look like there's a cleared plateau like way over, so maybe the forestry has a kind of a way in, I don't know. And this side here, so that's where we were. You can almost get down, that's pretty much where we pushed anyway. So, yeah, it's gonna be a fucking bastard to go back the way I just did. If I can somehow scale that, I might try it. I don't know, it looks pretty vertical. When you just pop up with that big tree and home and hose. Now I've been setting you a bum steer here. This is actually Cattletrapfalls Creek. Cattletrapfalls on Macleods Creek, which is weird. And then you have Rhodes Falls on Macleods Creek, and then there is Macleods Creek Falls potentially way up further, which I don't know if I'll fit in today because I don't know if I want to walk the whole way from where his property is, and it's just going to be way sus with the car being that long. So we'll try and push for Rhodes, and then maybe I'll try and come from the other side and climb down from Macleods. But we'll get Rhodes hopefully as well, so yeah. It's a beauty, eh? Beautiful granite fucking wall. Well, I found a way from the bottom looking up with different perspective. Climb up on the left here, so I don't have to go back on that other shitty side. And I'm up in the spur now where that boulder was. I can just go straight up. There's even a real faint trail here, so this might even be the way that whoever fucking comes here, maybe the guy that thinks he owns it. Alright, so we're up on knoll. We've gone higher this time, and trying to push away, follow the creek up high, crossing a little tributary gully here. Get stabbed by a sword grass bastard, or sliced by it I should say. Trying to pull myself up the hill. Smell of fire, eh? Probably my mate's house up the road. Have his little wood stove, I reckon. Being 800 metres above sea level, pretty much firewood country. Okay, so the goal is now, I'm just going to leave the car where it is. I'm going to push over this hill, cut out the corner of the creek because that corner is really fucking deep from memory, and then pretty much either rejoin the creek in a moment once we get down the other side of this hill. It's probably the go, and then pop out the road and then continue past this property, find Rhodes Falls, and then we'll continue back the same way. Hopefully it works out good. A few trees been chopped in here, probably from him. Firewood. Looks like a fresh age logging cut. It's much easier to walk on this side, that's for sure. Got a long thin mushroom. A little thin stem. Shaggy cat. Half the reason it's so clean it is because it's had the bushfire and the saplings have grown and no weeds really. Second thing is, look, big there. Ooh, the wallaby running away. That was the point of this fucking termite mound. Well, not termite mound, brush turkey mound. He scraped all the ground and made a nest, made it all clear for me to walk. So, thank you, brush turkey. I was thinking before, there's two deep holes on the other side that were really deep. They could have been rabbit burrows, and a fox has like tried to dig them out. That's what I reckon. That's why it was so deep. Pretty much on the top of the knoll. Mind you, I can't keep going kind of straight over because I end up too close to his property and not back where the creek is. So I need to cut back on a slight angle to the right to keep my good line. And then I should meet the creek right at the road pretty much. That is the dream. Speaking of termite mounds, there are some of them here too. Good thing how we've got granite creeks and really dry on this side, and I found that yesterday actually when I was at home. Did Billy Falls, check that out. Awesome fucking drop. One side was super thick, lush rainforest, and the other side was much more dry square-foot rainforest to walk through. So it's crazy. This is the same deal here. Now this side of the knoll's a little bit wetter because the sun hasn't got in here yet. This is pretty much west or southwest, I guess. Pushing back down. I'm about to hit a gully. I can hear the creek in the distance, but fuck. I have detoured pretty wide, but I just naturally followed the knoll up. I start to see the break where the creek's going to drop in. Alright, so I had to push down. A bit wet, steep gully. Hit the creek here, back on MacLeods. We've got 100 metres before we're going to hit our road and we're going to cross around. I started to see his trucks and containers up in the paddock, and I could tell, like, know why he was sussing me last time, because where I park right near the creek here is really close to his fucking container. So I probably thought I was trying to break into him. At least now parking way further up, he should be hopefully less sus. This bridge identifies as Trans-Ocean, just so you know. Alright, get the road. upstream to Rhodes Era. Another way to start this hike potentially is to go up this little trib comes up to the right, and that hits the forestry track on the other side. So you parked over there, walked in this trib went this way, probably car would be less sus than this old mate. Anyway, so follow the creek left. This is going to make adding this in and back to the car where I parked. This is about 3.6 k's return with both waterfalls, so probably about 3. We didn't park so far back there, but felt like it was for the best because I already know him or know what he's like. Alright, yeah. Now there will be a part where this property is visible, and I'm just going to have to bash on the right and just keep going because it's only about 100 metres from that point, so I was so close last time. I should have just done it in hindsight, but like I said, didn't want to piss him off too much. Alright, so I forgot, apparently there's a fence line across the creek. I don't understand because it says it's fucking natural forestry on the map, so he had another fence back at that other waterfall too. I think you just fucking put him in there. Anyway, this is about where I got to last time. So right now you can hear a generator running. I've moved into the bush, you can't see, but he's got shipping containers and stuff set right up in the creek there. And this is where I turn back, and it's so close. So my only hope is to push through all this shit, which is going to suck, just to stay hidden, to get around these fucking shipping containers. Once I'm clear of that, baby leeches on me. Once I'm clear of that, I'll be pretty close to the waterfall. Let's push it, let's do it. Well, it's really annoying because if we could just stay on the creek, we'd have a nice clean run. We'd probably be there by now. Because I've got to bash up and try and get around his fucking house. Look what I'm going through. This is horrendous. It's the only way to stay hidden behind that fucking section of vines. Push towards that gum, and hopefully I can see a way. Hopefully it'll thin out a little bit for me. I just found another random ass fence. I don't know what this is because this runs like across from the creek, so I don't know. It's supposed to be forestry, but very weird. Anyway, let's keep going. Tell you what, this is why I didn't attempt this last time. So horrendous, so thick, and just barely move through it. It's only bracken, but it just tangles you up. You've got so much containers and buildings down there. The property is so spread out. I've got to cut so wide before I even start to get down. The problem is, the further I go up, I'm actually going up hills to become more and more visible, so I have to get even wider and hide behind big trees. It's fucking a joke. Oh, this is definitely turning into a nightmare. Much harder than the other one. So, I've got to go right up. Finally hit this gully. It's dry. Follow it down. I think I'm going to hit the creek. Guess what? Not the creek. This is a tributary creek. It actually bends back down that way a little bit. Back towards the fucking house. I'm like, are you kidding me? So I either have to go straight up over this fucking hill again. It'll be visible as fuck. Try to pop back down into the real creek. Or if I'm like, I can creep around this creek. It's not too far, 50 metres. And we can go up it. I don't know. I feel like the buildings are still fucking right there. Oh, and I got sliced by the sarsaparilla vine around my neck, which is lovely. Thank you. Alright, so I opted to go over the hill. Wasn't too bad. Still avoiding this fucking property, but now we can hear the creek. We're not far from the falls. Now, we're not out of the woods yet because there's still a fucking dirt track that they have on the other side, which is classed as a road, so I don't know how you can gate it. But yeah, hopefully we're not driving down here. Just going to make our way into the creek, go around this bend. I'm pretty sure what we're hearing is going to be our waterfall. Alright, finally back on the creek. Jeez, man, that took, I don't even know, an hour and a half, some bullshit. You see some little cascades, and that's going to be the start of getting to our waterfall. Well, it's nice to see the creek again, that's for sure. That was the slowest bush bash. Alright, so not far, about not even 100 metres from the falls. There we have it, Rhodes Falls. Now, this still might be another big level because it reckons that we're not quite at it on the lines, but oh mate, so we're going a little ladder and fucking rope there. So this guy's full claim this, even though this is supposed to be in the Girards State Forest, so what the fuck, man. He's definitely not really happy that I'm here. Let's hope I can sneak up and around and see what's above. Yeah, well, this took way longer to get here going around the up bush way than I thought. But anyway, this is the middle tier. That'll be the upper. You can still see there's another section above. It looks like it could be flat, but then again, you know, looking down. Let's find out. Alright, tier number 3. and let's see what's above. Alright, so that was Rhodes Falls, three levels. We're in the corner, we just got a little bit of flattened out, so pretty happy with that. We need to boot out. It's going to take a long time to get around that shit again. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this journey. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, hit notification bells, get notified of all the new misadventures. Catch you guys in the next one, eh? Peace out. Wish you luck.